Yeah, I just want to talk Dante. Could you yell into him for a second and turn to listen to me for a second? Hey, would you find anything live worth looking at? Nah, is it really? Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's come to me. Well, really? No, not so much. Forget it. Let's just come to me for a couple seconds, then go to graphics full to storm scan in my graphics, and at least they'll show the snow and a lot more coming. And I'll plug the team coverage. Hi, Doug Hill with you live in the Weather Center. The snow is falling. Winter storm warnings in effect. A live look at the snow becoming rather heavy now in Silver Spring. Our storm scan shows a lot more headed this way. How much will fall? When will it end? The effects, our team coverage starts at 11.
Fine.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, jeez. Whew.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. It started snowing at 7. At 8, it really started coming down hard and fast.
Hey, what? Breaking up?
Yeah. So she can't hear me right now. All right, we're gonna have to fix something here.
With you about an hour ago, we were saying it's not that bad. Boy.
Should we go remote? Okay, we're working on it. All right.
No. How much time do we have? 1 minute. You got it?
Here. Hey, Lanice, do you hear me?
Yes. All right, thanks.
I got you.
Live from ABC 7 News, this is a Stormwatch 7 special report.
And up first after 9/11 now. After all the talk, the storm has finally arrived. Here's a live look at the picture outside as the storm has moved into Maryland, Virginia, and the district. And get ready, folks. This is expected to be the biggest storm to hit us here in 4 years.
So right now, our local governments activated their emergency plans. Late tonight, the Office of Personnel Management closed all offices for federal employees. And it is the same for major school systems. All already canceled classes for Thursday. So ABC 7 is live from every corner of our viewing area tonight. We'll get to our reporters out in the elements in just a minute. But first, let's get to our Stormwatch weather team, beginning now with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hill. Hi, Doug. What's the latest?
Well, snow started just about a half hour earlier than we thought. We'll take that, and now it's coming down and coming down heavily, too. Winter storm warnings continue through the day tomorrow across the entire area except southern Maryland, where rain and sleet may tamp down their snowfall totals. As far as we're watching right now, Doppler radar, plenty of snow in the area, but look at this area of rain over the lower bay and eastern shore. That is a key player because we expect during the early morning hours this area of rain to drift slowly to the northwest, and those areas that get the sleet or the rain will cut down to the snow totals. But it's a big question, how far to the northeast will it get? There's plenty of moisture coming in. The storm just now beginning to intensify off the coast. As far as what those implications of the temperatures are, let's get back to Steve Rudin in the Weather Center.
Alrighty, Doug, it is cold out there, and temperatures outside the Belfort Furniture Weather Center at this time holding in the 20s. Take a look for yourself, and you can see the temperatures for the most part around 20, 25 degrees, a little bit milder, closer toward the district now at 27. It's 21 at Winchester and only 18 in Hagerstown. Look at these snow totals so far. Bushwood, Maryland, about 1.5 inches, an inch reported in Harrisonburg and Culpeper, the same in Fredericksburg, and Gaithersburg now reporting in with about 0.4 of an inch. These snow totals are definitely going to increase as we move through the overnight hours and through the day tomorrow, calling for upwards of 4 to 8 inches around the Capital Beltway, the jackpot just to the west of D.C., the higher ridges where you could see anywhere between 8 to 12, possibly even more inches of snow. The lesser amounts to the south and east, Calvert and St. Mary's County around 1 to 4. That's where we expect the sleet and the rain to mix in with the snow. Coming up in just a few minutes, I'll join Doug Hill. We'll talk about the forecast in much more detail. And how about some good news, a potential warming trend? Back to the desk.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that. Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Doug. Now let's get to our ABC 7 crews that are out in the field tonight. And as Doug and Steve just showed us, one of the areas expected to get hit with more snow than most is Loudoun County.
So the snow has been coming down fast and furiously for hours now. Jay Korf live in Leesburg with the latest on what's already a big mess there. Jay?
Allison, it started coming down at 7, picked up pace at 8. Now it is really ripping with this wind cutting across your face. The big concern moving forward, power outages tomorrow potentially, and just how treacherous will those roads be?
I don't know, we've heard like 4 to 16, 4 to 12. It's kind of a big spread. It's hard to prepare if you don't know if it's going to be 4 inches, but I mean, it's a lot out here.
The snowstorm so many have been dreading swiftly swooped into Leesburg, Virginia Wednesday night, and it only took about 2 hours for snow to accumulate. Salt trucks are aggressively treating roadways because this part of northern Virginia, by morning's light, could be buried in snow depending on how this storm acts. And for that reason, Loudoun County residents we spoke with are heading home to hunker down.
Yeah, well, I live in Lovettsville, Virginia, so I want to get home right now from getting the gas and stay off the road because it's going to get a little bit dangerous in my opinion. So it's time to get off the road in my opinion. And again, bunker down and stay with your family and ride it all out until tomorrow night or whatever.
And in this parking lot where we are live, at least an inch of snow, maybe more already. We know that the plows are out. They're already starting to work feverishly. It could get nasty overnight. We are live in Leesburg. Jay Korf, ABC 7 News.
Jay, thank you. And tomorrow is Loudoun County Public Schools' 10th snow day, more than any other school system in the immediate metro area. But students will not have a makeup day. That's because between 9 built-in snow days and extra hours of instruction, Loudoun County schools can use up to 15 snow days before having to make up time in the classroom.
We are following developing news out of Frederick County tonight in Maryland, where the snow is creating a dangerous situation on the roads. Tom Rousey is live in Frederick tonight. Let's go to him and get the very latest. Tom.
Yeah, Leon, it is really coming down out here. You saw the situation in Leesburg a minute ago. Well, this is what it looks like with a plow going by right now in Frederick. And I got to tell you, those plows are needed because that snow has been coming down for hours at a pretty good clip, and it is messing with the roads. Behind me here, this is 85 Buckystown Pike here in Frederick, and down that way towards 270, we witnessed 2 accidents tonight in the space of just a few minutes. We were shooting one accident, and then this happened behind us. Check out this video. We turn around, and we see a family from West Virginia discovering that their slide into the curb totally blew out their tire. They were trying to drive all the way back to West Virginia tonight. It's not going to happen. They're staying in a hotel in the area. The car suffered some pretty bad damage too. Another car that suffered some damage was a car that wound up in a ditch. There was a woman who had made it all the way back from where she works in Virginia to Frederick where she lives, but she was getting off 270, hit the ice, slid off the ramp, wound up in a ditch. She told us exactly what happened to her.
I just started sliding, I tried to avoid, and I think I shouldn't have done that, and then I end up here. Someone tried to help me and we went farther down, so he left. Now I'm stuck.
and she was eventually able to get out. Unfortunately, she was okay. As far as how much snow is on the ground at this point, well, let's go down and take a look here. It looks like roughly maybe 2 inches at this point, maybe a little less that have come down. But again, it's coming down at a pretty good clip right now, so that is going to grow and grow as the night wears on here. Live in Frederick, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
Okay, Tom, take it easy out there. Thank you. Meanwhile, the storm is having a massive impact on travel. Already, more than 3,300 flights canceled today, and tomorrow, more than 4,000. And you can bet that will grow. And if you depend on Metro, keep an eye on snow totals for that, because if snow tops 8 inches, above ground train service may not run. Metro buses will operate on major roads only, and VRE service is canceled. Leon?
Allison, tonight the district has enacted its first snow emergency plan since 2010. So vehicles parked on snow emergency routes will get ticketed and towed away. It'll cost you about $400 to get your ride back. Our crews noticed the district's already issuing tickets this evening. And if you plan to take a cab to get someplace, prepare to pay more. The snow emergency fare is in effect. Cab drivers can tack on a flat fee of $15.
Okay, so let's go to another key area tonight that we're watching, and that's Montgomery County. Snow is coming down steady at this hour. Roz Plater live in Silver Spring tonight with the latest for us. Hi, Roz.
Hey, how are you? In fact, we're in the heart of downtown Silver Spring, where indeed it is still coming down. Kind of a fine snow, though, a little bit wet, but it is sticking. If we can show you a little bit, it is sticking on the sidewalks here, but not so much on the roads. These roads are pretty passable. I'm at Georgia Avenue and Colesville Road, and there has been steady traffic going through here for most of the night. But folks are out having fun. Some of them have taken the metro. They've been going to restaurants, to the theater, and just generally pretending like it isn't that much of a snowstorm coming out here. We ran into 2 young men who were disappointed, though, because they came out expecting their local karaoke bar to be open, and it was closed, so they didn't get to perform tonight for that crowd. But I promised them that you and I would listen to them a little bit. Here they go. Give me a little bit.
We belong together, and you know that I'm right. Why do you play with my heart? Baby, since the day you came into my life, you made me realize that we were born to fly.
And even though you didn't get to do karaoke in the bar, you got to do it on
here. Yeah! Only on ABC 7 News. That's what's up.
That is indeed what's up. So here in Silver Spring, folks are out having fun. May not be so much fun later on tonight and into tomorrow. There are some crews out already shoveling the sidewalks here so that people can get around in the morning. Schools are closed for tomorrow, so there should be a lot less traffic out. But for now, not so bad here. But of course, the snow is still coming down. For now, we're live in Silver Spring. I'm Roz Plater, ABC 7 News.
Thank you for that premiere edition of Roz Idol. Roz's Idol, we appreciate that. Nice going.
She made their night.
She did make their night. All right, so now let's get to the situation for the 1 million people who live in Fairfax County as the road conditions are beginning to deteriorate big time there. Already, state police have responded to nearly 400 crashes. Jenny Doran, live in Tyson's Corner at this hour. She's got the very latest. Jenny, how's it look?
Leon, the snow here in Tyson's Corner is not heavy, but it is definitely steady, and the winds are clearly kicking up. You know, I was talking with my photographer, Kevin, about an hour ago, and we were saying it's not that bad out here. And boy, have the conditions changed quickly. I'm going to step out of the shot just so you can get a clear picture of how the roads are shaping up here where I'm at in Tyson's Corner. This is the corner of Leesburg Pike and Pimmett Drive. About 2 blocks up is 66 West. And if you take a look at this stretch of road, you can see that it is very difficult to see where one lane ends and the other one begins. The roads definitely have gone down within the past, I would say, hour or so. I can tell you a bit of good news is that as we were driving around for 3 hours, I would say we hit the road around 7 o'clock, is that we saw an army of road crews, plow after plow after plow. So definitely some good news there. I'm going to step down onto the sidewalk so you can get a better idea of how much snow is actually building up down here. You can see a little bit. It's that light snow, nothing that is really accumulating. But of course, we're going to be out here tonight, tomorrow, and we will bring you the very latest in the morning. Send it back to you inside the warm studio.
All right, be careful out there, Jenny. Thanks for that. Now, let's go to the south where commutes were an absolute mess tonight. Take a look at this picture of the total gridlock in Raleigh, North Carolina. The snow's arrival there clearly caught drivers off guard. That led to more than 150 crashes at one point. We'll have more on the major impact that snow and ice are having on the southern U.S. right here in just a few minutes.
And ABC 7 keeps you connected no matter where you are. You can get up-to-the-minute updates on the weather right on our website, WJLA.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter or download our smartphone app. And Good Morning Washington is starting early tomorrow at 4 a.m. And right here, you can see our team along with Jackie Jarris, Eileen Whalen, and the entire ABC 7 team. We will bring you weather and all of your traffic information, as well as the latest information on closings and delays.
That's right. Could be a lot of them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just pretty much as predicted, as expected. The snow coming down hard across the area now.
All right, let's get over to Doug Hill with an update on where things stand.
Yeah, the snow will only get heavier overnight. The winds will pick up. Temperatures will stay in the 20s. Steve Rude and I working on the forecast for what you'll see in the morning, what you'll see all day, and most importantly, how much will fall. That's coming up.
We aren't the only ones dealing with snow tonight. In Roanoke, Virginia, the National Guard is on standby. Soldiers say that they're planning on a lot of downed trees and drivers getting stuck on the roads. They'll also provide service to doctors and nurses who need to get to work if necessary. To the south in Norfolk, Virginia, snow is falling there as well. Snow totals are expected to be much less there, but there's already a big impact on travel through the region. More than a dozen cancellations and delays have been reported. But the good news is that no major power outages have been reported as yet in that area.
Well, it is a similar story in the deep south tonight. For the second time in a matter of weeks, Atlanta is getting pummeled. Hundreds of thousands don't have power in several states, and a lot of crashes. Some have been deadly.
That's right. Holly Furfer is live tonight in Atlanta. She's got more on this developing weather situation. How's it look since we last spoke at 5 o'clock tonight, Holly?
Well, Leon, things are a lot better. It's calmed down. We're not seeing the sleet, the freezing rain, and the snow. It's a lot better. I think we're pretty much past the worst of it. Temperatures are still freezing, so things are still icing over. But I think sometime next week they're going to look back and say, we got it right this time. But I don't think they're going to say that so much for our neighbor to the north. Ice-coated roads halted traffic in North Carolina. Despite warnings, the storm caught many by surprise.
The snow started with a fury and snowed extremely hard for the first hour. Everybody who was at work decided they were going to go home at that point, so they all ended up on the roads at the same time.
Some drivers left their cars on the side of the highway.
A lot of people had abandoned their cars. I probably passed about 20 of them. People were sliding all over the place, and I just don't think we were quite as prepared as we should have been.
In Atlanta, preparedness paid off. Drivers stayed off the ice-coated roads, preventing a repeat of last month's traffic nightmare.
The biggest thing is Georgians are cooperating. They are staying at home. They're avoiding getting on the roadways, and that's been a big help to everybody.
Hundreds of thousands are without power in the southeast, and thousands of flights have been canceled. Meanwhile, people up north are getting ready for the snowy mess as the storm heads that way. Several inches are predicted for major cities like Washington and New York, with a combination of snow, sleet, and rain continuing until Friday morning.
This is serious. We need you to be on alert. And frankly, when it does start snowing and we say stay home, this is really the one. Stay home.
And you know, they say stay home for a reason. So we brought out this bottle of water a short while ago, and already we can tell that ice is building up. So this is probably going to be frozen by morning. And that's what a lot of officials are concerned about. Even though there's not a lot of people here in Georgia stuck on the roads like a couple weeks ago, doesn't mean that there's not black ice and it's not dangerous. As far as North Carolina goes, they're doing all they can at this point. Hundreds of people are still trapped on the highway, much like we had here in North Georgia and Atlanta 2 weeks ago. They're telling people, yeah, stay in your cars, but there's really no other option for some of them. They have canceled the Carolina Duke game, and they're doing all they can to keep people as safe as they can. Leon, Allison.
All right, glad to see things are shaping up pretty well for you folks down there in Atlanta, Holly. Take care. Be careful down there. Holly Firther in Atlanta.
Okay, so we're starting to see the snow
Yeah,
pretty much
coming down pretty
all
good.
over the region,
We've
almost
had-
exactly when you said it would start.
Missed it by about 30 minutes, but it's pretty close. We've had it for about 3 hours, 3 hours or so, and it's getting heavier overnight. The winds will pick up. Let's get you started. Doppler radar. Pretty impressive sight. Now, in this representation, the areas in blue you see. Now, if you're watching black and white, I can't help you. It's all gray. But in color, in HD, you see the blue areas. That's the moderate to heavy little bands of snow, and we're going to have more than this. The way these storms work is that if you have bands of snow, you'll pick up more than the areas that do not get them. And this is the other features that's really huge here. This is rain. This is the demarcation between the snow and the rain, and we expect, computer model-wise, for this area to drift to the northwest, and the areas that get the rain and the sleet, obviously, will get less snow. So that figures in prominently to our totals. Now, look at the big picture. I mean, the snow stretches well back to the southwest, freezing rain and sleet still across North Carolina. Thunderstorms off of Hatteras, the storm system cranking up, and as it moves northward, not only will it tap the Atlantic to bring more moisture in, a lot of that moisture is going to be rain. And the reason we know that is temperatures down to the south and east are very, very mild. Ocean City at 39 degrees, still 29 at Patuxent River. But the process is going to continue overnight through the morning. That as the storm wraps up, it'll bring in some warmer air. It's 51 at Hatteras, 41 in Norfolk, 37 in Greenville, while it's 29 at Raleigh. So as we get through the morning hours and the moisture lifts northward, it will start to change the pattern a bit and start to bring some of that moisture inland with the warmer air, changing the snow to rain. Our water vapor image, look at the plume of moisture all the way into the Gulf of Mexico. Most of what we see is still Gulf moisture, but overnight the Atlantic gets tapped, and that'll bring in a combination of Gulf and Atlantic moisture. Now, this is what our computer model, one of the models, the RPM model, shows that by tomorrow morning, the rain will be making progress towards the metro area, and as we go through the day, it'll lift back out, and by late afternoon and evening, on the backside of the storm, strong winds and a pushed, even another very heavy band of snow. Steve, what's the latest?
Alrighty, heading just a little bit closer, and we'll see exactly what's going on in terms of the next 48 hours or so. As Doug mentioned, Cape Hatteras now, temperatures are in the lower 50s. Look what happens early tomorrow morning, that transition over to freezing rain and sleet just to the east of D.C. Also over D.C. and a little bit of a mixture across central Montgomery County. Keep in mind, this is just a model, and everything could possibly switch over to snow by the time this all lifts on out of here. Winds will pick up. We could see wind gusts tomorrow, 25 to 30 miles miles per hour, and it's going to be mighty cold out there. Take a look at our timeline. Moving through the overnight, snow will become heavy during the late or early morning hours, I would say, 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. As we move through the early morning rush hour commute, what little of a commute there will be, rain switching over to a little bit of a snow mix, then a wintry mix throughout the morning hours. But keep in mind, the bullseye will be just to the west of D.C. Here's a look at our forecast for the day tomorrow. Notice how everything is out of here by about 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And the snow totals, by the time all is said and done, heaviest amounts north and west of D.C., especially the higher elevations. Could be looking at 12 or more inches around the Capital Beltway, 4 to 8 inches, and across southern Maryland. That's where we're looking for lower amounts, as we're looking for the rain and the wintry mix to mix in with the snow, about 1 to 4 inches. Here's your extended outlook. We'll end with some good news, or better news, milder temperatures as we move into next week. Doug?
All right, Stephen, we'll definitely look forward to that 50-degree high by next Wednesday. It seems like that's a month away, but we'll take it.
Yeah, things are just getting started out there. Okay, Doug, thank you.
All right, Wizards got smart and got out of town.
They did, and it was nice down there, too. The Wizards attempt to get back to 500. They get a boost from the Rockets. Houston, you have a problem, and it's Trevor Ariza. I'll tell you if it's enough. Coming up next in sports.
And now the Toyota Sports Desk, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
Well, the Wizards play their final game before the All-Star break, trying to get back to the 500 mark, and they found themselves down 19 points to the Rockets late in the third. That's when Trevor Ariza caught fire. He was raining threes. Ariza went 7 for 7 beyond the arc in the third period. Ariza set a new franchise record with 10 trays in the game. The Wizards led by 1 with 4 seconds left. And watch James Harden of the Rockets. He just takes it down Main Street, right to the rack, too easy. Harden with the game winner. He had 35 points. Wizards lose 113 to 112. College basketball, George Washington in a monster game against VCU that would decide second place in the A-10. Folks, Virginia Commonwealth forced GW into 22 turnovers. VCU turned them into points. Weber to Reddick Johnson. Oh my, Reddick pushes the lead to 14 points. The Colonials closed at 7 points, but Melvin Johnson went 5 for 8 from beyond the arc. VCU beats GW 92-75. VCU with 13 three balls. Hey, let's go to Peterson Events Center. Top-ranked Syracuse, 25th-ranked Pitt. Panthers were attacking the basket, and with Talib Yana, he got this tip. It was 4-point game. Pitt's lead was cut to 2 a little bit later, and then with 4 seconds left, watch Tyler Ennis. He said, "This is my game. Beat the clock. Stop, pop, bang." Yes, sir. Syracuse wins 58-56. The streak is alive, 24-0, and still number 1. The Duke-North Carolina game was postponed because of a storm in Chapel Hill, obviously, the same storm we're getting. The rules say that if both teams and the officials are at the arena, you play. But just 11 miles separates the campus. Duke wasn't leaving until 6 p.m. Mike Krzyzewski got a call at 5:30 saying, "It's too dangerous, Mike," and so they will instead play this game February 20th. And for baseball fans, it's official. Derek Jeter will retire at the end of the 2014 season. Jeter is certainly one of the all-time great New York Yankees. He's their career hits leader. He is 39 years old and sat out most of last year with injuries. The captain played in only 17 ball games, so now one of the all-time Yankee greats says he will step down at the end of this coming season. And the Nationals pitchers and catchers are now all in Vieira, Florida. They got out of town as well. They start spring training early tomorrow morning.
Maybe we should pack some of the snow up and send it down to
Vieira?
Yeah. Take that,
Sounds
guys.
really nice right now. All right, we'll be right back after the break. just starting to get into the main part of the snow here.
Yep, want to show you one graphic, and that's our storm scan. It'll show you how widespread the area of snow is. Hope you can pick DC up. We're kind of at the top of the screen on the right. So a lot more snow, but look at the rain along the coast. The developing low will bring rain and sleet to parts of the area in the morning. Jackie Jarris, Eileen Whalen will be providing all the weather information. Jumi will be in the morning with Audrey and the entire team to get you started on your Thursday morning.
They're starting early at 4.
Keep it tuned right here. See you tomorrow.
Be careful.